And we're live. Good evening. Just talking to somebody I know in game about potentially putting together. Fix that. There we go. About potentially putting together a Gods of the Machine raid. So if we get a group, we may switch over to that content. If not, we will go forward with our plans of Yavin 4 and crate opening. So before we did the presents, last time we did weekly missions, we banked up a whole bunch of these crates, and I mentioned in that live stream how I was going to wait and get a bunch and then open them up as a combat medic. So I think we'll try that tonight after we run Yavin 4. Let's answer his little tag here. So I haven't done a whole lot of advertising of the channel yet, just still getting the content up and running, so I haven't advertised or talked to a lot of people about it, just letting people find it. So alright, so we are going to scroll down here, find ourselves Yavin 4, and I think we'll try to bang the weekly out in this one. It is a little bit longer, but it is a fun one. So let's jump into that. Oh, I saw somebody run around my stronghold there. Was that a Whittister that I spotted? High stream from Whittister. You were behind my menu, so I couldn't see you. I wasn't sure who that was. Was that Sith in my stronghold? Ah, I ran away as soon as I saw you. My trooper's afraid of you Sith people. Okay, so a change that they made when they kind of revamped this system is you now have to do 8 of these versus 5. It was interesting. I used to be able to drop down here, do the mission here, and that would get me 2. You come down here, do the binoculars at 3. See the Masasi, the stone rays, and the boss in there, so it's 3. You do binoculars here at 4, and then pop over here and kill the guy at 5, and you could actually make it relatively quickly. But now you have to do 8, and so you have to go a little bit longer. So hold on a second here. So now we have to go a little bit longer. So if you are watching or are either live or watching this in video form and you don't like the route that I take and you have a more optimal route, feel free to share that with everybody. I'm still going to go to the end here and work my way this way. I have seen a relatively good route where you start at this end and work your way the other way. That way when you end inside of here you don't have to go back out. I find the goal here is to try to eliminate as much backtracking as you can, because that's where you lose speed. Other things you can't control, like how many people are in an area, so only 9 on Yavin 4, at least pub side right now, so that should help. But sometimes you have to wait for a spawn or something like that, and that can slow you down a little bit. So we'll see how efficient we can be here on this run. So right now we're just gathering up our missions so that we can make the run here. That one we won't do since that's the group weekly. We're not going to defeat Revan, so we're not going to worry about that one. Alright, so this should give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the other 2 we will pick up out in the field. They're not actually here in the base, so. Alright, time to move forward. So I'm gonna go all the way to the end here. Still, this isn't too terribly long. It's not as short as things like CZ or different things like that, but alright. It doesn't look like anybody's been through here before us. So the first thing we're going to do is try to grab 6 of these. This can also be a great place to gather resources, whether you're doing lockboxes or different things. Slide in here. You will occasionally see people running bot programs out here because the resource collection is good enough that you can actually make quite a bit of money by collecting the resources and selling them. Don't see any right now, so that's good. In general, when I'm running Yavin these days, I skip the bonus missions. So like there's a bonus mission to kill some of these guys. I just don't find it worth the time because you really don't get a whole lot of CXP for it. And that's what we're really trying to do. Trying to maximize our time versus CXP. Okay. So the end of this mission that we just collected those is inside this cave. If we are lucky. So I have to kill 15 of these stone rays. Interesting enough, if you go into this cave, okay, there's usually a spawn right here of stone rays that give you 4. Then there's a spawn over there of like 3, and there's 2 spawns over here. So usually you can get enough in here to actually meet the mission objectives. The nice part is if you don't get them all on the way in, you can get some on the way out. So this will end the first mission here. Let's see if I can avoid getting knocked down here. Sometimes I can. Alright, so that finishes our first mission. Something I should do is gonna pop in a CXP boost. For those of you that are in the stream, SWTOR and Sith, let me know if the audio levels are okay, both the voice and the game. So here's another spawn. That gives us 11, and if we can beat this guy out here to this group, this will give us our 15. There we go. Used to be you couldn't mount in this cave, and now you can, so it also makes it quicker. Alright. Is a bonus mission for killing 3 of these guys, so you can sometimes pick this guy up. He dies pretty quick. And then this will be the end of the Stone Ray mission, which we just finished. So, or we got the Stone Rays in the cave. So if you're not doing this way, another path that I've seen is to pick up this mission. You kind of come down through here, you kill the Stone Rays, you come through here, finish this mission, you come back around. You can pick up some Stone Rays out here and then kill the champion right there as well, the elite. Both work. Alright, so that knocks that one out. Didn't see a response in chat, so SWTOR and Sith, let me know if the game volume and the voice volume are both sounding okay. Or I can adjust them if they're not. Alright, so here's the second pickup. Like I said, there are 2 we had to pick up in the field. If I'm getting greedy on these, I will sometimes just let my companion kill these guys while I pick up missions.
Masasi freaks killed my buddies. They're not killing anymore.
This bonus usually doesn't slow you down a lot to pick this one up, so I'll probably let my companion do most of the work.
Stay strong out here.
We are competing with somebody in this area too, so thank you, Whittister. So sometimes, especially if you're here without a lot of people, just getting to all of these, you're gonna run into enough of these guys that you have to kill. Looks like the two of us have cleared a lot of this out though, so to wait for some of the cages to respawn. You have my companion on damage, so we're wiping these guys out pretty quick. Alright, so they're respawning in here behind us so we can pick up our last two.
I can make it back to camp. Stay strong out here.
Alright, 2 down. 3 down. Yeah, this will be the third one.
Saved my life. We were dead.
3 down, 5 to go.
Thank you.
So now we're going to move over to the next area, the next map. These guys also count for that kill 3 bonus mission, so grab him. Then the next area, there's 2 different guys you can pick up. You can either pick up the strong right by the binocular mission, or you can pick up the gold, the elite here, on our way to the binocular mission. So here's where the gold is. He exists, so we'll go ahead and take him out. Alright, looks like somebody's come through here before us as well. So there's another mission where you have to kill lurkers. There's usually a spawn of 4 right there. There's the other strong spawn for that kill 3 that can help you out. So he's doing the binocular mission. As you come down the south side here, there's a spawn of lurkers here. There's a spawn of lurkers out here, so we'll grab these guys. And there are some on the way to the cave as well, if we needed to pick those up. Alright, so since we have to come back here anyway, I am in the training grounds, on the south side of the training grounds, Sithbecken. Alright, so we're gonna head come up in here since we have to fight these guys. This guy's got a pretty wicked knockback. Hold on, let me grab a link for our friend in chat here. At my channel. This is only slowing us down a little bit, but we want to support our community if we can. Let's see, mail droid. So if you don't have a field mail droid that can come in nice and handy, go ahead and send him a mail as well. Oh, you attacked me. So now it's going to be a race to see if we can kill this guy faster than our mail droid despawns. There we go. Alright, so this is another bonus mission I normally go ahead and pick up, just because while you're going through here, you're gonna run across enough of these things to, if you go ahead and shoot them, you'll get the rewards. Alright, I'm gonna split myself up here. I'm gonna send my companion up to kill that guy. See how strong he is. So we'll see how he's doing up there. He got knocked back. There he did. Good job, 4X. So unfortunate in M1 4X for me is a level 50 influence companion. So he does quite well. He could probably solo most of this content. So some of these spawns are luck of the draw. You have a bunch of different guys we have to pick up in this area. Like I said, it kind of depends on what's going on with other people's. Looks like we are not alone on this particular mission. All the different spots have somebody who has gone through in front of us and picked up some of this stuff. That's okay. Just slows you down a little bit. So, while we're waiting for our spawns. Alright, so 169 command points isn't horrible for taking the time to go ahead and kill those things. Alright, we need 3 of 5 loyalists, so we need 1 more loyalist. And we need 20 followers. Alright, so as you're working your way around, these will eventually be available. So this is for a different mission. There was one behind us, but somebody had already beaten us to that one. Unfortunately, these guys don't count for the other missions. Otherwise, that'd be a nice way to double dip. So this will spawn in 3 waves. That was the first wave. Second wave is 2 strongs. And the last wave is 1 elite. And while that was happening, we had another group that spawned back here. So you notice sometimes there's a droid, sometimes there's not in there. So there's a separate one for droids and a one for followers. So the followers are here, the droids are a bonus mission up here. So usually, like I said, you're going to get enough of these guys that you'll bang that bonus mission out just while you're working on it. Alright, we don't really need any loyalists anymore, so we'll look for spawns that don't have those in it. Sometimes you can find good spawns here at the entrances to this walker area. If you've never been to Yavin before, back behind here is where the group walker mission is. So that's like a 16-man mission, not one we're going to try on our own. Alright, so we've worked our way pretty much full circle here. And I like to try to end myself on the south side here, because once we finish one of these missions, there's the boss you have to fight is on this side. So if you end on this side, then you don't have to go across the whole map to get to it. So you'll see that the mission that we need to go to next popped up right there. And if we're lucky, no one has it yet. Yep, it's there. This guy also has a knockback, so a lot of times I'll send my companion after him first. That way he eats the knockback. You can also stand with your back to these pillars, and then he doesn't knock you back. She doesn't knock you back. There's the knockback. Alright, for 169 command points, I'm probably going to skip the droids unless I see 3 droids really close here. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with them. The nice part about this is now we roll back over here to where we started this area. Our lurkers have respawned, so we'll go ahead and grab those. And then we'll do the binocular mission here. So we have to scan this antenna up here. And that will light up on the side of the tent there. You see that box? Lights that up. We blow that up, and we fight 2 strongs. Alright, that knocked out another mission. We'll get these lurkers, and this should give us enough lurkers. And we are going again. So like I said, down along the south side here, you can pick up plenty of lurkers. Since we have enough now, we're just going to blow by these guys. There's another spawn of lurkers there. I think there's one more up here. Yep. And there are some on the north side as well, if you're running this from the Imperial side. Yeah, there's another spawn. So there's plenty around if you need to pick them up. So into the cave we will go. So this is the boss for one of the missions. You can usually slip by that guy without drawing aggro. And if you click on this little pile, we'll get the next boss. After we kill this guy as a general strategy, our next mission actually takes place both on the north side and the south side. You have to get 3 on each side to complete it. Because I'm playing on a Republic character, I'm going to go north first, which is the Imperial side, because my goal is to try to eliminate as much backtracking as I can. If I come up here and clear these 3, I can then quick travel down to the south side to the Republic side. If I did it the opposite way, if I went down and did the Republic side first, then I would have to drive all the way up here to the north side, which just takes a little bit more time. Doesn't kill you, but if you're looking to try to do this fast, every little second that you gain helps. This is another bonus mission that just through the natural combat of getting these things, you're most likely going to get it. So if you don't, you can kill a couple extra things and get the actual 169 command points. If you want to pull aggro on these guys, they can be good to get you some numbers up, but we'll pull these guys. Alright, so we're at 7 of 15, which is about half, which is a pretty good rate. So now what we're going to do is, instead of driving the whole length of the map here, we'll just quick travel down to the Republic camp. And plant our last 3 sensors. I usually come down here to the south first and just work my way up, but either direction is probably fine. There's a lot of spawn down here in the south side, so if you're feeling like you just want to grab stuff, I can grab these guys here and I'll pull them down here to me. Pull those guys. Might be a little suicidal. Pull those guys. And we'll see how many we can wipe out. That wasn't too bad. Alright, so now that we've completed the bonus mission, we'll do our best to avoid combat. Slide up the west side of the base here. See how sneaky we can be on a jetpack. This guy, I don't think we'll be able to get around. This is when you hope somebody comes through before you and clears out the spawns, because now you just want to get done. Alright, one more sensor, and we will have completed Yavin 4. And there we go. So the last thing we're going to do before we commit to traveling back is just kind of go down our list. Like I said, skipped that one. We have return, 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 speak, return, return, return. We should be good. Check our map, make sure that's a bonus mission. That's a bonus mission. Looks like everything else is back at the base, so. Alright, let's go turn these in, see how many boxes we get. And then the second half of the stream, we will pretend it's Christmas and open boxes. So we're sitting at 25 right now, so let's see what we get. This one's always an interesting planet, and vast majority of the experience you're going to get is either turning these in, but a lot of it comes from the weekly at the end that we turn in, so that's where we'll get a lot of them.
If you're going to secure a beachhead, now's the time. Your scouts were captured by Masasi. I freed the survivors.
Obviously, if you haven't done these before, stopping and listening to what they have to say might make a lot more sense. I've ran these a few times, so I don't really pay attention anymore. The last one should be in here. So there's our daily. So there you can see it, the weekly. You know, those dailies were getting us 500 apiece, but this weekly gives us 20,000. That's obviously boosted, so that definitely helps. But that's where we're gonna really. So we have one box right now. That gives us 4 more. So it puts us in a pretty good spot. So it gives us 30. 30 crates to open up. So not a bad run. Half an hour for 5, what we ended up with. Alright, so we are going to bounce back to the stronghold, because I will want access to my legacy cargo hold when I do this. The 4th son of Yavin. Sith, did it let you on to Yavin? Alright, first thing we're going to do is clean out our inventory here. So we'll sell the junk. Don't need the reputation items. Okay, so I mentioned in one of the live streams, I think it was the first SWTOR live stream, that I currently have a full set of 248 gunnery gear for my character. The next thing I'm working on is my combat medic set, which in the last live stream I couldn't find either. Let's see where I stuck it. There it is. So here are the 248 gold legendaries for the combat medic set. I won't have to replace my earpieces and implants and relics because they're the same. The one difference is as a DPS, I want to get my accuracy up. So the way I do it is I will run this stim, and right now that puts me at an accuracy of 109.93. 110 is kind of where you want to be for raids, so I'm running accuracy mods. If you look in here, here, and here, so I have 5 accuracy mods in my gear. Then what I do is I maintain a second set of 2 relics, 2 implants, and an earpiece down here. They have alacrity, 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 mastery, and mastery. I have 2 criticals that I swap into these as well. I put the masteries in there to answer a comment. Somebody was asking me about a mastery question, so I stuck those in. I run these in PvP because accuracy is not needed in PvP. Accuracy is also not needed as a healer, so I can swap over to this set, take my accuracy, raise my other stats, and be a more effective healer. The gun won't change, and the generator won't change, so it's just a gear change. Another thing that I do, just as kind of a general tip, is you'll notice that all my gear is in legacy bound gear. So I've pulled out all of my 248s and put them in this legacy gear. That way if I want to run over on my bounty hunter, my mercenary, I can put this gear over on him and he automatically has a full set of gear. Okay, so in order to get combat medic stuff, this must be, I'm guessing, a Sith. The Chosen Beckon. Sure, I do want to see something cool. What do you got for us, Sith? Road to 30 subs. Yeah, I think I'm sitting at 29 subs right now, so I think I'm like 1 sub away from my next YouTube buddy milestone. I think I'm 1 video away from my next Tube Buddy milestone. And I think I was like 1 or 2 views away from my next Tube Buddy milestone. Electricity is nice, but explosions are better. Or bolts. Okay. I'm probably not going to be able to see a Sith because I'm going to open up some interfaces here. So, if I open these boxes right now, the system is going to say your spec is a gunnery commando, so any gear that it drops will be gunnery. So the stat bonuses, the set bonuses, so if you look at the gear you'll notice the 7/7 set bonus, all that would be gunnery based. So what we're going to do is we are going to abandon our gunnery thing. I don't like to do this a ton because if you watch down here it's going to play havoc with my toolbars. It's also going to reset all my command points and stuff, but it's worth it. So doing that allows us to choose a new specialty. So in this one we're going to go ahead and pick combat medic. We'll commit to that. It's going to add stuff to my toolbars now that's all medical based. Not going to bother setting these utility points because I'm just going to reset this here in a second. But now what that allows us to do is open up our boxes and they will give us combat medic stuff. So here's the challenge for tonight. We are sitting, it's the wrong cargo hold. We are sitting at nearly a full set of combat medic gear. We're only missing the headpiece. So we have 30 chances to get 1 helmet. just because I like to track data, I am going to keep track of what we get in here at a light level, just because I'm curious. Alright, let's open some stuff up. So this is a bit of a tedious project. Alright, well, we got a helmet. Unfortunately, we already have the purple 246, so that doesn't do us any good. But we are going to keep track. I think purple gear is worth tracking, so we'll say we got one piece of purple gear. Some of the stuff we're not going to bother with. We'll track orange gear. That's just random gear, so you can check them to see if you like what they look like and if it's something you want to keep or not. Or you just disintegrate a lot of stuff, which is what I tend to do. So this is a reputation item. Don't need that. Don't need this purple gear. Don't need this piece of orange gear. So I'm going to hit disintegrate. That's going to give me some unassembled pieces and some more CXP. The charge matter transubstantiator is used to make the 236 relics or augments and the new augments that they're putting in 5.9. So if you're not saving those up, those would be good to save up. I'm guessing the prices will go up on the GTN as soon as 5.9 hits. So we are going to claim that guy. And we'll stick it there. Alright. Now it's just a rinse and repeat process. We'll say blue gear as well. So 1 blue, 2 oranges. Now this is a influence item for your companions. I tend to keep those as well, so I'm going to grab that. And then what a lot of times I'll do, I've opened up some of my slots here, so I'm just going to open some of these up so that we can see them. Purple gear, a pet, another reputation item, or another companion gift item. Those are good to get. We'll claim that guy. Nothing else really of value. I feel like I'm being skewered by something in the background here. What do we got here? Another influence game, memory core. Memory cores are the second piece that you need for crafting augments. That one's a good one to keep. I tend to keep the recipes, so we'll keep that one. Don't know if I need that one. We'll open one more, then we'll clean our inventory out. Alright, so we're getting close to our 20 cap here. There's another influence thing. Alright, so let's count up. We got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of orange gear, but we already counted one of those, so we'll only go with 6. I got 1, 2 pieces of blue. So that'll give us 3. Apparently I can't spell gear. There we go. Anything else worth counting in here? Alright, we got 1 purple. Count that one. And we did get a gold piece, although it's not. Put gold gear and then gold accessories, just to kind of keep track of it. Alright, so now it's time to clear some stuff out. We're going to clear that, clear that, clear that, clear that, clear that. Nope, nope, nope. Don't need the pet. Don't need that, don't need that. Alright, so we're going to disintegrate all that. We're going to claim those 2 things. And then we have to make a decision on this one. So I'm currently sitting at all of the implants that I need. So I'm probably just going to disintegrate this. If you need an implant, it's definitely worth grabbing. If you are... Unfortunately, they're bound, so you can't like trade it to another character like you can the gear. So we're going to go ahead and disintegrate that as well. Alright, so we did pick up this consumable. This is going to give us more CXP. So that jumped us up 2025, which is actually pretty good. We'll pull this out, that out. The rest of this stuff is all companion gift stuff. Alright, time to rinse and repeat. See if there's anything we get out of this run that we care about. I'm not seeing anything yet. Alright, we're back up to 18. Grab that, grab that. Purple gloves are pretty decent. Grab that. Claim all those. I'll use that. Gives us another box. It's awesome. So these are crafting recipes that I will give to my different crafting characters. Fortunately, they're legacy bound, so you don't have to use them on the character you unlock them. So I just trade them to all my different crafters. Alright, 1, 2, 3. I went the wrong direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 6 pieces of orange gear. I got 1 purple. And it looks like just some reputation items. There's 1 blue. 3 blues. So that'll go to 6 blues. And we said 1 purple, right? Alright. Now, you do want to be a little bit careful, and it's easy to get to a little click happy here. Actually destroy something that you don't want to destroy. So pay attention to what you're doing. Once you actually disintegrate them, you can't get the stuff back. So I think once or twice I've actually disintegrated an item that I actually wanted to keep. So pay attention to that. The other thing that I do, just sometimes I'm feeling like I want to get up an extra level, is I keep these greens in my inventory. I don't claim them. I've got so many I don't need them anymore. But they can give you a nice little boost. So each one's worth 10, so it's like 1,200 points there. So if I'm really close to leveling and I want to get another box, I will sometimes do that. Alright, let's see if we get anything cool this time. Nope. Another gold earpiece. Again, not one we need. Purple generator, that's pretty good. Alright, what do we end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pieces of orange gear. And just disintegrate those. Claim our recipes. Claim that. There you go. 1 gold accessory. 1 purple piece of gear. And another recipe. Alright, so you will sometimes pick these up. If you're short just an enhancement or something like that, it can be a good way to round out your gear. So, you know, if you need that accuracy enhancement or something like that. If not, then I just disintegrate them. There's another reputation item or a companion gift. Alright, we're going to disintegrate those. And here we go again. Looking orange heavy so far. Another companion gift. Being nice and generous with our companion gifts. Purple. Again, if you're first gearing up, those purples are awesome. The nice part about the purples is they're pretty near the same stats as the gold 248s. But if you look at this purple armband here, you will see that it also gives you the set bonus. which means you can actually have some purples and some golds in your set, and they'll actually both contribute to your set bonus. So nothing to sneeze at. That purple gear isn't horribly bad. Alright, we're at 18, so let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, 9 more oranges. If you were short on money, you could actually probably claim those and sell some of them if you paid attention to which ones were selling well. 1 purple accessory. I think that's our first purple accessory. Alright, we'll clean those out. 1 blue. Actually, I think I've been putting the blue ones all in one category, so we'll do that. And our 2 companion gifts. Not looking good. So time to make another stab at it. Anything there? Another purple armband. I think we've gotten a bunch of those so far. Lots of crafting recipes. Nope. Don't see anything. Another companion gift, another recipe. I've unlocked, like I've gotten so many of these in my leveling that the pets I've actually given to every single one of my alts, and so I just don't collect those anymore either. Where are we at? 16. Let's go ahead and clean out our inventory. So we'll go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of orange gear. Now if you wanted to track orange gear, you actually get 2 different kinds of orange gear. There is orange gear that's the exact same shell as your purple and golds, so it looks the same as your set piece bonus. And then there's just random orange gear, so you could actually track those separately if you wanted to. We're not going to bother. My crafters are going to be happy. They're going to have plenty of stuff. A little disappointed we didn't pick up more of these. We've only gotten 1 of each so far. Alright. Purple gear. Six. Blue. Sorry about that. And a blue. A blue. That's 3 blues. 10 and a companion gift. Alright, 3 more shots at our helmet. Come on, helmet. Oh, maybe 4 more shots at our helmet. Let's claim that one. Might give us another box. Another companion gift. Another companion gift. Alright, let's see if that gives us enough for another box. Yay, 1 more shot. Alas, it does not look good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of orange gear. One piece of blue gear. And we'll claim that. Okay, so let's do a little bit of sorting here and figure out what we ended up with. So I'll open up my legacy box. I'm going to drop in all of these companion gifts. We probably could have counted them. But they can be good for raising your influence on your companions if you need to. As you can see, I've got a ton stored up in here. Let's talk about this one a little bit. Unassembled components. So all that gear, the purple gear that I got, that who's making all that noise? Another Sith. This actually gives you unassembled pieces so that you can upgrade old chunks of your gear. So I'll stick that in here, drop it into my pile of those. 9,000, nice. I will sort these later. I'm not too concerned. That's my crafter's job. I'll let them worry about those. And then I keep my blues and my purples in here. And we've got 40 and 17. I'm saving these up for the next set of augments. That's kind of my next goal. Is when 5.9 comes out, I want to have enough to buy myself the next setup of augments. So let's do a little bit of analysis here. Ended up with 6 purple gear drops. So the purple gear is, like I said, that's the 246. It's just a little bit shy of the 248s. If you look at the stats, wrong box. So if you look at the stats, like on this chest piece versus this gold chest piece, right? You're looking at 1503 armor versus 1515 armor. 438 mastery versus 459 mastery, 501 endurance versus 526, 323 versus 339, and alacrity is 220 versus 231. So while it is an increase, if you have the purple set, it's actually not horrendous. So if I actually put on this whole purple set, I'm not putting it on, I'm just previewing it. You know, that set of gear is nearly as good as this 248 set. And unless you're running some of the very top tier, you know, raids and things like that, this gear is probably going to be overkill for just about everything that you do. If you are a completionist and a min-maxer, that's when you want to collect this set. Like I said, you can use the unassembled pieces to trade up. Unfortunately, I don't have a 242 helmet anywhere, I don't think. So what you can do is you can take an old piece of gear. That's a 248 helmet. Let's see, that's the Mark V Eliminator Gemini. That's also a Gemini. So if I had a gold helmet, 242 gold helmet, I could trade up. Last time I checked, you can't take like a 248 helmet and trade up to it. Although I guess we could test that. We'll pull that helmet and we'll run to fleet real quick. So since I actually geared this character up as a commando gunnery, I really don't have any of that old gear as I'm trying to build this combat medic set. I think I'm being skewered by a skiff here. Time to run away. You can't follow me to fleet unless that's his Republic characters. So what we're going to do is just check to see if my memory is good or not, but I don't think we can trade this 248 helmet in for another 248 helmet. I think it's only upgrades, so you can upgrade from 242 to 248. I don't think it works this way, but it is worth a shot. So we're going to shoot over here and see. But I think we're going to be disappointed. This works. It would be great, but really don't think it will. So what we need to find is the tier 4 trooper. So in here is what I would be looking for. I would be looking for the unassembled helmet, unassembled helm. And if you look at the requirements, you need 1 IOCATH Mark V Combat Medic helmet, and unfortunately that's the 242, right? Since I don't have any of those stored up, I'm kind of stuck in that I have to get one as a drop. It won't let me trade in this Gemini version, which is the 248. Let's double check just to make sure. We'll come over here, look at our Gemini Mark 5 helms. Yep, same thing. You'll notice that none of those are lit up. So that could be potentially a feature request. It might be worth, you know, talking to the devs and say, hey, you know, I've got this. Now, you always have to kind of look at things of how can it be exploited before you demand a feature. So for instance, in this particular thing, outside of the cost of the unassembled components, so you notice the second number is the unassembled components. If I had a set of combat medic gear, and then I could just come over here, spend my money, trade it in for a complete set of gunnery gear, and just switch them back and forth as I needed, it would get really expensive in those unassembled components, and that should be enough to discourage that kind of behavior. But it is one of those that is worth considering. Although I think it's expensive enough that it would be one of those that I don't think a lot of people would do it. But so that could be one of those things that, you know, would be worth requesting of, hey, why can't I trade my 248 for another 248? That would solve my problem, because like you saw, I have 9,000 unassembled components, so the 500 is not that big of a deal. So if you have the piece to trade in, what you would do is you would click on the piece of gear here. It'll give you the unassembled piece. You drag that over here to these vendors. So I would come in here to Tier 4 Trooper Equipment, and I could trade it in plus some command tokens, which again, if you've been doing this for a while, you know, there's 7,000 command tokens saved up. Then I can trade that piece of gear in. Let me double check one other thing. I don't think this guy... I think all he does is if you bought an unassembled piece that you don't want, it will give you back the... Yeah, it'll give you back the command tokens or something. So unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck. If I want to get that helmet, I'm just going to have to get it from a drop. So, puts us at 2 minutes out. I'll open it up to my chat. Who do we have in chat? Let's open up our participants tab here. I saw a Whittister and a Sith. Very loyal followers. I thank you both for continuing to come back. And it's not listing anybody else. I'm going to assume that it's just my loyal followers of Whittister and Sith in my particular chat. Alright, well, hope you enjoyed or maybe learned a thing or two about running heroics or running the weeklies. Like I said, you can get some good CXP this way. You can save up different things along those lines. And we're going to do one last thing here. So our combat medic, we're kind of done with the transfer, so I need to abandon that. And I'll set myself back up to gunnery and commit that. Something I've personally done, just so that I can remember where all my stuff goes, is, let's close this one, is I created a spreadsheet where I went through and I actually mapped out what all of my things are, so I can go back through here and put them back in the right spots in case I don't remember. Just helps me remember where things are going. So actually this is a good time to end. I think we're gonna work on Gods of the Machine, so I hope you enjoyed that. I'll let you know if that goes well, and see you guys next time.